Hello and welcome. I am MetalMusicMan, and this is Hylian.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Smash 4 on a silly, impromptu, but marginally prepared podcast about this game and things we've seen and things you guys may or may not have seen and what's interesting. So a little bit of background if you don't know who I'll start. You can go next. Yeah. Okay, this will be quick. So this is on my channel, so people here may already know me, so I'll make this pretty brief. But if you don't know about my Smash history, I have been playing since, competitively, I've been playing towards the end of Melee, but mostly just Brawl. I was kind of the hub of the St. Louis scene for a number of years for Brawl, and I mostly play Street Fighter now. But I've been playing Smash since the original on 64. I've loved every version of it, and Jordan and I are good IRL buddies, and he happens to be a Smashboards admin and stuff, so I'll let him tell you a little about himself.
I am Hylian. I've been playing as well since the game came out, and I started competitively in like 2003, going to Melee tournaments. I've been around quite a while. I've kept up with Melee since then. I played Brawl for like 4 years or so. And
3 or 4 for most of us in St. Louis here, right? We had a pretty solid community for a number of years, yeah.
And I'm also helping develop Project M.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's prestigious.
Mainly playtesting. And,
okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty involved in the Smash community. I'm an admin on Smashboards, and I'm just excited to talk about Smash.
We're also both very cloudy BBR members. We have monocles. I don't really do anything in the BBR anymore, but but I may do more things when this new Smash comes out. We'll see. So anyway, so let's start out. First of all, we're just going to kind of go over a hodgepodge of all the different things that have happened and basic news, and then towards the end we'll do kind of a Q&A or chat session where we'll talk to you guys. So let me kick it over here to my desktop monitor. And let's just go to, first thing on our list is the dojo. If you guys don't know about the current new dojo, so it's just smashbros.com, and then you click your little language barrier there or whatever and get into the English version. And this has all the characters and screenshots. You guys probably already know about this, but we're just kind of letting anybody who doesn't already know about that.
It completely replaced the Brawl Dojo. They actually took that offline. So
yeah, there's no more Melee or Brawl Dojo or whatever. This is the new one. So, but anyway, that's old news. There is a decent collection of leaked screenshots out there. I don't know if you guys have seen these. They're just on an Imager archive, and I'm going to tweet you guys. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you can see them. And there's a lot of these in here. Some of them are the ones that are on the website, but there's a couple new ones. I think one of the more interesting things with what we've seen from the screenshots of this game so far are the trails on some of the smash attacks. I'm trying to get to one that has that. Yeah. So this is a tilt, obviously, but there's a lot of like animated trails on the attacks. Where's the Fox up smash one? There's the Link forward smash. Yeah, that's pretty. Some of this is visual, but some of it is also, beyond just visual coolness. I think it'll help new players kind of understand angles of attacks.
And the exact like spacing on them and the distance, maybe. I don't know how much it encompasses, but
yeah, it could be. Who knows? Maybe it won't really stay with the hitbox very much, and they'll just be confusing and terrible, and everyone will be worse off than they were. Pessimism, yay! So this is actually, I want to talk about this picture in particular. So this one of DK here fighting Mario and Samus. A bunch of people were like, "Oh, is this tripping? Like Mario's tripping."
No.
I didn't make this game, but I can pretty assuredly say that, first of all, Sakurai, we know we'll get to that later. He's confirmed things, but this is just someone getting hit by an attack. So let's just get that out of here. I don't know. That's a bunch of mess.
That was some
trolling. I think a certain admin of Smashboards tweeted that picture out. It may have even been, was it you or was it someone else?
Oh, that was that.
It wasn't you. It was another Smashboards admin. Okay, well we can't beat up Jordan too bad because he's not responsible. But anyway, that's just an attack. That's nothing. You guys don't need to worry about that. But anyway, we're just going to keep scrolling through these guys. We're almost to the bottom of this list. Some of the cool new screenshots. I'm trying to see if anything jumps out at me. Bowser looks really cool.
Footage.
Well, he's totally redone. He stands up. He moves quick. I'm excited to see Bowser for sure.
Looks much faster.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for the fat characters. They talked about that. What's funny too is that in Brawl, the big characters, they were souped up, quote unquote, a lot. At least That's what they said.
Right.
You know, at the beginning of the game, they were like, "Oh, you know, these fat characters are going to be so much better than they were," which was true for what, like a week. And then everyone was like, "No, they're still slow and terrible." Except, like, you know, I guess Donkey Kong has that back air, and then like Snake is amazing because Snake probably literally the most broken character in any game ever.
Yeah.
Not in terms of balance, like he's not.
His
but
moves,
in terms of like just what was made correctly, he had so much terrible stuff that just made no sense. All of his tilts. So that's really the only reason I think he was able to transcend the fat character curse.
Right.
This bowling ball. Oh my god.
That it's pretty. The combo that they showed,
the quote unquote combo. We'll be playing.
Looks has some serious knockback or edge guarding potential. Maybe
it's a meteor too, right?
I believe so.
I think you can meteor with it. You can smash down or meteor smash off the side and get spike kills.
That.
Oh, I didn't either. He's got a boxing glove.
Boxing gloves.
I wonder if that's an item or if that's a real move.
No, I haven't seen that in any of the other
leaked screenshots. I just noticed this was posted by Overswarm, by the way.
Yeah,
so thanks, Overswarm. You're a good dude.
Yes,
we do appreciate the Overswarm. Posting the links. The Fox down smash. The thing I like about these is that it shows a lot of the attacks that you don't really get to see in a lot of the footage because they're not really playing the game. So this like kind of lets you know, oh, this attack is still similar. You know, what's
fire
what? That's a good question.
Is that just
I think Mega Man is Mega Man throwing something maybe.
I don't know.
I think it might be something Mega Man's doing.
I only looked at these in depth. I just kind of
we kind of saved a lot of this stuff. We didn't. So we have a basic outline for the direction we're going, but we haven't sat down and looked at this together yet because we wanted it to be kind of organic with our reactions to stuff. I mean, we've seen it, but we haven't really looked at it this closely. So yeah, that is interesting. Link still has his neutral air, but it's got a big, giant, glowing hitbox on the neutral air. I don't know what that means.
Our prolonged hitboxes just going to be glowing the whole time.
No, this has got to be like a contact snap. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I bet that's just whenever it touches when it touches a hurt box,
more likely.
It makes a
flash.
What
is this? Why is that his shield? Is it being broken?
It looks an awful lot like a shield.
I don't know. That's strange. It's like the size of his foot.
I don't know. That is interesting. Oh, what's up, Block? You're like a block and stuff. Oh, that's a very different looking hit graphic than the rest of them. That's kind of weird. This stage, Jordan was speculating he thinks maybe means Little Mac is going to be in this game, but I don't know. We'll see. He was technically in the other one, right? I mean, as an assist trophy, yeah, he was in Brawl.
It's like a inverse battlefield. It's pretty cool.
And it's kind of like, I mean, I wonder if this is like Smashville 2.0. I mean, it looks like it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stages that actually look really good for like, that looks like Smashville 2.0.
Well, I think this is the same stage.
Maybe it's like a transforming
I think it just has transforming platforms, I would guess. Well, I actually would say all of the stages I've seen so far look, which is surprising to me. I'm excited, but I'm also very surprised to see. So far, all the stages they've shown have really looked pretty... in a traditional standpoint, competitively viable.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing just now. Actually.
Yeah, because the Smash community likes more simple stages with, basic platforms and a variety of geometric shapes, but definitely an absence of wonky stuff as far as the competitive environment goes.
Like, we could do without. There's going to be a lot of stages that are just crazy Hyrule Temple, like moving stages. There's going to be those stages.
There will, but I think a lot of them are going to be on DS.
Yes, I was going to say, it seems like there's going to be more on the 3DS that are really crazy.
And he said they were going to make 3DS stages a little bit different, so maybe the 3DS version will be the home of the wonkier stages, and maybe the Wii U version will have the normal ones. I don't know. I mean, it could just be wishful thinking.
Yeah, but there has been we know there's going to be some good stages by these.
Another very traditional looking...
the day, night, and dawn battlefields. Like, that's...
Oh, yeah, the different lighting. It looks great, but I mean, it's also, again, this is Battlefield, which is kind of the staple traditional stage as of Brawl.
This
I have not. I don't know what this is.
Stage is like a ripoff from the Project M. Project M made a stage like this, and it's like the exact background. It's like and it goes around the whole city. And in the video, they showed...
Well, that's a cool...
that, exact stage. Like, they took it directly from... Project M.
It's a cool homage, I guess, if you will. That's kind of neat, or a ripoff if you want to be negative about it. Whichever. So yeah, there's Wii Fit Trainer.
That in the ground.
I'm guessing.
Side beat him.
Yeah, maybe DK side B, or maybe just a graphical glitch that looks clever. This is a really cool screenshot. What do you guys think of this one?
It's like a...
It tells us a lot.
It's a black and white screenshot. There's just no black.
So, and then, of course, Mega Man's in this game. You got Wii Fit Trainer looking really dumb and doing a really dumb dodge that looks dumb. I know a lot of people are excited about this character. I'm just going to get it out of the way. I think this character looks really stupid.
I think saying a lot of people are excited about the character is...
maybe too optimistic?
Yeah,
it seems like a lot of people are, but she looks...
I think more people are excited about Villager.
Villager's growing on me. Villager's growing on me.
A lot of people are worried that Wii Fit Trainer is going to take the spot of...
Which would really suck if they got rid of someone that was actually... Which is actually... We're going into this. Actually, we're almost at the end of this.
Like, if they get rid of, like, Marth for, like, Wii Fit Trainer...
That's a great segue, though, because we're talking about new and confirmed characters. So before we go into that, let's talk about confirmed current characters in the... Pull up our pause screen here. So these are the confirmed characters as of right now. So we have Samus, Mega Man, Mario, Pit, Link, Fox, Villager, Pikachu, Kirby, DK, Bowser, and Wii Fit Trainer. So with those guys on the screen, the characters that to me are I'm hoping they don't get rid of / I think are like guaranteed confirms. I mean, there's no way we're not gonna have Falco. There's no way. But if they got rid of like someone like Falco, or like you said, to fit Wii Fit Trainer in, they would be riding in the streets. Yeah, riding in the streets.
I don't know, man. Like, I really hope like at least like they have to keep like the original cast. People are speculating like, what about Ness? Like, do you think Ness is gonna return? It's like, come on, he's in the 64 cast.
Yeah,
like, there's no way
they have yet to remove anyone.
Yeah,
from the 64 cast, right?
Right.
Yeah. So there's no way. I mean, there's going to be Captain Falcon, there's going to be Ness.
And people are going to be removed. Like, it's inevitable. It always happens with updates.
Well, they are, but who do you think?
Oh, man. Maybe more of the cloney characters. Maybe, like...
I hope not.
Ike for someone else.
Ike, yeah. Because Ike was Roy, basically, so I could see that. But I think there will be... Whether it's Ike or Roy or someone, I think there will be another Fire Emblem clone of Marth of some kind, Yeah. But I love Ganon being a clone of Falcon. Falco is one of my favorite characters.
There's no way they're gonna remove like Ganon. Yeah. But
Falcon,
like I'm worried about. What if they remove Falcon? There's been no recent F-Zero games. Nobody
gives a crap about Marth's games. Nobody plays Fire Emblem.
That's not true.
Come on, who plays that?
I know a lot of people who play
There was that one DS remake, but initially Fire Emblem was just the Japanese game, right? I mean, it was just, there was no American port, right?
No, there was a GameCube Fire Emblems.
There was? Yeah. On preceding Melee?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that shows what I know about.
Well, maybe not preceding.
I didn't think
Melee's pretty old. It might have been
I thought Marth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I was. I don't know. The chat
you could say Melee like popularized.
Yes, Melee did popularize Fire Emblem. I don't think it had an American presence, did it?
Yes, now for sure. I know.
What do we know? No, nobody knows.
Okay.
Anyway, I just want to make sure I wasn't wrong. I don't know. I thought though that there was no American presence of Fire Emblem prior to.
But that was in like 2001. It's been a while. There has been quite a fan base building up, and I actually know a lot of people. Like my roommate is a huge Fire Emblem fan. He has like all the games. He plays all of them.
All the people you know are weird, obscure Nintendo files that play all of the Nintendo. I'm here to represent the normal people that like good Nintendo games, but don't just play every random thing that Nintendo has ever made in every country. Guys, I just imported Mega Man versus Pikmin from Guatemala on an 8-track. Like that's all the people you know. Those are the games that they play. Like, I guess not everybody does that. I don't know. Or maybe everyone here is an obscure Nintendo fan as well. I don't know. But anyway, so those are the characters I would love to see though. I don't think we're gonna see Snake or Sonic.
Also, a thing is Ice Climbers. Soccer I was saying he was having trouble with like characters like Ice Climbers on the 3DS,
right?
Which implies either that Ice Climbers are confirmed, or there's another type of character similar to them replacing them. So there could be,
or that there won't be any at all because he's having trouble, or that they'll nix him finally.
Yeah, they could nix them, but they are working on something.
Something weird.
They're trying to include something like that.
I would love,
from his
personally, as a competitive brawl player of years past, I would love to see Ice Climbers put in this game and given like some kind of innate chain grab ability where like they don't actually chain grab, like, but like maybe every time they throw, they just like throw you 5 times and then like hit you away. So like one ice climber grab would do maybe like 40 or 50 damage, like a lot of damage, but like you wouldn't be able to chain grab out of it. It would have like really far knockback, but it would always be some like tandem throw. I think that would be like a cool homage, but he would never do that because Sakurai doesn't care about.
There's no way, dude.
Like, he would never do that.
At worst,
that's just
they're
a
gonna
pipe
put
dream.
In ice climbers and not like realize the implications of giving so much control over Nana.
We should probably go to webcam.
Or
we're talking and stuff.
Or I don't know. It's either gonna be horrible or it's gonna be fine. Probably won't.
Or
they're just gonna take.
Or it's gonna be exactly the same as it is, and they'll never fix the ice climbers, which is a viable possibility. I mean, Sakurai might just be like, I don't know how the hell to deal with this. I guess I'll just let him grab because who cares? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. So moving on, those are the current characters. Potential. I don't know. Are there any other characters in Brawl or Melee that we want to talk about? I think we may see Mewtwo again. There's been some hints at Mewtwo. Sakurai's talked about it.
He did. He did say someone asked him about it, and he like told them. What did he tell them? We're thinking about it. He said we're thinking about it. So,
I would like to see Mewtwo and Lucario personally.
Yeah.
I would like to see them both. I think
that would be pretty interesting.
It would give Lucario some room to branch out because he's basically just a covered up version of Mewtwo. I think that's pretty confirmed, right? They initially wanted Mewtwo, and then there was some stupid vote, and people were like, "Oh, Lucario," and then like Mewtwo got axed out of Brawl, which really sucked.
Right.
And that's why Lucario has a lot of similarities to Mewtwo. But I think it'd be cool to have both of them. I think that would be really neat. I think there's a lot of cool Pokemon potential.
Yeah, there is.
For characters.
There was a little talk about that, but we don't know who they're gonna pick.
Yeah,
Pikachu will be in it.
Yeah, there's going to be Pikachu, there's going to be Jigglypuff, and pretty much everything else is a crapshoot from there.
Yeah.
But Mega Man is in the game, and we have a Mega Man vs. Mario gameplay video you guys may or may not have seen, so I'm going to pull that up real quick. Let's do this guy. Have it over here.
With the best commentator the world has ever known.
Yeah, this is it, right? This one?
Yes.
Okay. Pull this guy over. Okay, so let's check this out.
All right, coming at you with 2 classic gaming giants.
So this actually shows some movesets and stuff, which is kind of nice.
Will has seen this.
I haven't. This is the first time I've seen this video.
Just keep an eye on the percents. Like some of these moves do kind
lot
of
of damage.
absurd damage.
I like how the percents look. Wow! No. We're going back. What?
Isn't that insane? I was like, he rolled into it, so he got 3/4 of it. Not even like the full. It wasn't charged.
That's
either.
like 50% from one down smash.
Yeah, non-charged.
Dude, I want to know if his down smash is that good. If Mega Man's down smash does that, let's watch this one more time. If it does that, I want to know what Peach down smash does in this game. What does Peach down smash do in this game? Is it back to melee?
That looks better.
That looks amazing.
How hard did he out of too?
Yeah, you could probably smash the eye. I mean, let's think about like Pikachu down smash on like day 1 of Brawl.
Right.
Everyone was like, "Oh my God, Pikachu down smash! It just hits you." You can't. But yeah, if you just hold up or smash the eye, like so, I'm sure it's not always going to do that much damage. From
also,
a competitive standpoint.
there's like it said whenever he uses his down smash, or you have to like charge it or something, or like breaks, he overheats. It said he overheats. I don't know
if he
what
like
that
uses
means.
it too much. Yeah, I don't know.
Or
what
maybe
that means
he
either.
uses it and like he can't use it for a while or something.
That's on the
we don't know.
That's on the Mega Man section of that video, which actually we'll be going to relatively soon. All right, Leaf Shield, pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I like the movement though. The overall movement in this game seems, as they've hinted at, it seems faster than Brawl but slower than Melee.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah.
I like the go between.
Right.
Man, this announcer is terrible. Holy cow! This is the worst announcer ever. I think that's maybe what one of those moves were. Oh, he went for the meteor. Yeah, Mega Man looks really cool.
He does. I like how inspired his moveset is.
Yeah.
It's very inspired.
I really like the damage percents too, though, in this.
Yes.
Nice, and Mario...
It doesn't seem like people are living to like 200%.
Well, not only that, but Mario's recovery is still freaking terrible.
Yeah.
Where are we going to have a game where Mario flies with the cape?
We don't know if he can down B well, though. We don't know if that'll...
Why can't he just fly? Use the cape to fly.
Yeah.
Why can't Mario should have 5 jumps? Seriously. Just make him... He's never been good. He's never been a good character. Just give Mario the cape for... When he jumps, give him like 4 jumps. Make him pit. I don't know. Give him 3 or 4 jumps. Just let him... Why? Why can't he fly? I don't get it. Or just give him glide. Just glide.
Was the edge snap thing there?
No, that's in the next video.
Okay,
we'll look at that. So he was too far from there. He just got straight up gimped. But yeah, dude, Mario should be able to glide. Give me a break. Wow, that was a lot of knockback.
Yeah. you don't live to as high percents, it seems like. In this
That's
game.
cool.
You should do Brawl. Wait, that was like 90%.
Yeah, was that a down smash?
Destroyed.
And they could be, DIing poorly, but...
Right, no, but
even
if you were DIing poorly in Brawl, that wouldn't have even... You wouldn't have even gone into the blast zone.
Yeah. Well, I think that's safe to say that people will die easier than they did in Brawl.
Look at that, it was like 70-something.
Looked like a down smash trade, I think, yeah.
It's gonna come down to if there's only 20 seconds remaining.
Oh, there's only 20 seconds. I'm the worst announcer.
Let dramatics unfold.
Why does
How
Mario
will
still have
the
the
dramatics
stupid Mario Sunshine move? Yeah.
We don't, to be fair...
They could make that the cape, and he could fly.
They
I don't
could
know.
change that.
They
Because,
could.
I mean, Kirby had his side B from Melee when they showed Brawl, and then they changed it to side B in Brawl.
I see.
We're going to.
Oh, sudden death is still a thing. Okay. Wow. All right. Hooray! Sudden death. Everyone loves sudden death.
Oh, yeah, that's the best.
There's no sarcasm in my voice right now, you guys. So anyway, yeah, that's the Mega Man vs. Mario gameplay footage. I thought that looked pretty good. I don't know. It looked pretty good.
It looked better than I imagined. I didn't have the highest hopes, and I found, reading all these articles and, conversations with Sakurai, getting a little bit more excited about the game. It looked good. It looked pretty good. I'd like to see someone who knows what they're doing, obviously, play it. Any of us just wants one smasher to
One
play.
person?
Just one. It doesn't even matter if they're
I
bad.
thought
we just need a
didn't
smasher.
someone play once at E3, but they were they couldn't get video footage of
No.
it, or there was
No
one
one-
even.
It's been hinted that, not hinted, I don't know, it's rumored that Mewtwo King actually was invited to E3 to help play test and give his
Okay.
thoughts on it. He, obviously,
Rumored.
He can't confirm that,
He can neither
but
confirm
he
nor
hasn't.
deny.
He hasn't denied it. So, I don't know.
Well, basically, that just told us diddly squat. So, thank you for that. So, anyway, another good competitive play confirmation is that there is no tripping. That is confirmed. So, for
Yes.
anybody who doesn't already know that,
Thank God.
we're going to go to this guy right here, and
I don't think.
it's the right one, isn't
Let's
it?
see.
Oh, they can't. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
hang on. Thank you. Bam. Alright, so let's zoom this guy. So, and this is also saying they have no plans for DLC, but I think they've said they're open to DLC, but they don't have
Right.
plans for it,
Which
right?
I think that's how DLC should be done. There shouldn't be day one.
Yeah, does this have the quote about the tripping in here? Or is this just the quote
Sakurai also
confirmed to me? This doesn't have Sakurai's quote, that's in the other article, right?
Right. And the quote is essentially just him saying, "Let me be direct with you. There's no trick."
Yeah,
That's what he says.
So that's fine. So but that's confirmed. So confirmed no tripping, so that's good. So this game hopefully will have a better balance of casual and hardcore, which everybody seems to be pretty excited about. Which speaking of casual market, they've also confirmed that there is no touchscreen control
Right.
implementation, which is a
he
good
was
thing.
saying he wants a wide variety of controllers to be able to be used, and he doesn't want one to have any sort of advantage over another option. It's probably not going to be ideal for someone to play with.
That's a bit of a contradictory statement, though, isn't it? Because he said that he wanted a wide variety of controllers with Brawl, but if he's saying he wants a wide variety of controllers and he doesn't want anyone having a specific advantage, I'm thinking about the sideways Wiimote with just the D-pad and no analog stick,
when he was
which is a clear disadvantage.
in that
You
video,
cannot play with
in that video, he was playing with the Wii U Pro controller.
Right.
So
maybe he's going to have a variety of controllers, but maybe a less of a variety than with Brawl.
right.
Because the Wiimote and Nunchuck was fine. That was competitively viable. There was no downside. And I know he's not talking about competitive play, but in terms of people being on an even playing field, the GameCube controller, the classic controller, and the Wiimote with Nunchuck were pretty much preferential. I mean, everybody used the GameCube controller for the most part, but the other ones were viable.
And he's sort of just confirming that it's like a huge multiplayer game, and if they design it around touchscreen controls with the new controller, there's no way they can really you can only use one of those controllers per console. There's no
Which
way.
is a huge worry I had when they first announced this. So that is actually a big
so
weight
he's
off my
basically
shoulders.
just saying it'll be with normal. It'll be normal. Everyone will be on the same playing field.
Yeah, so pretty much right here, you can think of situations where if you implemented touchscreen controls on Wii U, then the gamepad player would have advantages over other players. So, and that's true. We want to balance evenly across Wii U and 3DS versions, which 3DS version, I think this actually segues perfectly well into that. Man, we did such a good job on our outline. Look at these segues. Man. So we want to balance evenly across the Wii U and 3DS versions, so there's a balance issue there, which means you would have to avoid using touchscreen controls.
Right.
So going on to the Wii U then, get this guy pulled up. Or excuse me, the 3DS, not the Wii U. So the 3DS, no cross-platform play, which... And this is where we were going to talk about kind of an interesting juxtaposition. Confusing. Yeah, so the first thing I think when I see this is, oh yeah, no cross-platform play for 3DS and Wii U. That's the best thing ever, because that means that the 3DS version isn't going to hold back the Wii U version. That's awesome. And that should be the end of that statement. But he also mentioned that the roster of the Wii U, and indeed both versions of the game, is being affected by the 3DS's limitations. So he's saying basically like certain characters don't work well on 3DS.
Right, like the Ice Climbers.
Which is, potentially Ice Climbers, potentially, other characters we haven't seen or have seen in the past. So if that's the case, then the 3DS clearly is still influencing the quote-unquote real version of the game on the Wii U.
Right.
Which then just makes me depressed again.
Right.
What do you think?
I mean, it really depends. Like, we don't really know until we see a roster and, like, how it affects it. Like, if it's, like, 60 characters, or it was like 55 and they cut it down to like 50 because of the 3DS. I really don't think that's that bad, but if it's like has all, like 2 more characters in the Brawl roster and they cut like a bunch of characters, then people are going to be really upset.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see where they go with it. And it's still good that it's not cross-platform because you're not going to have like shitty,
it's still
like
good
dumbed down gameplay.
The
maybe
most terrible gameplay ever because like the 3DS can't handle a certain frame rate, which is what I was worried about.
Exactly, like it's gonna run at like 20 FPS because it needs the 3DS to be able to play with it. Like, we're not gonna have any of that shit. That's
good. I was definitely worried about that, so that is a good thing to know.
Oh, and they were saying the only thing that has the 3DS and the Wii U like interconnectivity is you can customize your characters and put them on the Wii. But we don't know what that means. Like
maybe you can customize colors or something, or put hats on them or some stupid
Sakurai said something about like the directionality of attacks or something.
Oh, what? Okay, where is this? No, I don't like that. What?
I don't know. No one knows.
We don't have a link for that, right?
Vague. I don't think we have a link.
Okay, I don't. Well, I'm very curious about that.
D-Disciple, I think.
About something. But I've not heard that. That's so you're saying he's hinting that you'll be able to like customize how your attacks hit on the 3DS and then like import different attacks.
I don't know. It's so vague.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's extreme speculation.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard. I hope that's not.
I really hope the whatever customizations are purely cosmetic. Like, please
just make them be cosmetic. I'm not worrying too much about the link. I think people in chat seem to be backing us up. So of course, I suppose this is how rumors and witch hunts start. So maybe we should eventually get a link. But until then, moving on then to balance stuff with casual and hardcore. I guess not quite as good of a segue for this one. That is our next topic, right?
Right.
Let's pull this article up. And this is from Kotaku. First of all, this article does have the direct quote about tripping.
Right.
So where is that? I have it linked. So Sakurai, to answer quite frankly, it will not return, referring to tripping. So that's cool.
Uh-huh.
He also talks about, though, I'm just going to read this pretty much verbatim here. Let's see. Yeah, so this is a great example, but it also has caused, in my opinion, a very unnecessary backlash from the competitive Smash and predominantly Melee community. So, Sakurai's own words, I would consider the changes that we're making this time around not as fixes, but that we're changing the direction. The vision for the overall balance of the game in Smash Bros. Melee, it was sort of more focused towards more hardcore players. Then when it came around to making Brawl, this was a game that was targeting a Wii audience where there were a lot of beginner players, so it sort of leaned a little bit more in that direction, which is very true. I mean, the Smash Melee, if you think about the time it was released, I mean, Smash Bros. Was big from the 64 version, but it wasn't... Melee sort of is what...
It wasn't the most looked forward to game.
Yeah, Melee made Smash, be looked forward to.
Oh, yeah.
which, if you think about it in kind of a weird way, I mean, Melee is the reason that they wanted to make, Brawl more catering to beginner players. Not because Melee was difficult or any of that, competitive elitist stuff, but because Melee, in terms of sales, did very well, and it sort of catapulted Brawl to sell as well as it did.
Oh, for sure.
And they needed to capitalize not only on that, but then in addition to the Melee stuff, the Wii console in and of itself was very casual friendly.
Oh, definitely aimed towards families.
So that was a huge part of it too.
Right.
So anyway, continuing on, Sakurai says, so now for this time around, we're sort of aiming for something that is in between as far as the speed of the game. Because I don't really think this time we're trying to accommodate that many new players. Where's the other comment we had about this? We had...
maybe in that long article?
In the other article? Hang on. Talk about that. Was it...
In depth.
This one? Okay, yeah, it is. Pull this other comment up, just... because this goes in tandem. Yeah, so this is... And then going off of what we just said, piggybacking out of everything we just said about the direction... mostly, I didn't incorporate feedback, blah, blah, blah. Hang on, where are we at here? So, Smash Bros. Is designed to be sort of targeted at the center, intermediate players. And if you think of a sort of skill graph or something where you're targeting just the peak of that performance level, you're targeting a very small group of people. We want to avoid a situation where it becomes a game sort of like other competitive fighting games, where it's only appreciated by a very small, passionate group of sort of maniac players. We definitely don't want that sort of situation. It's supposed to be a fun game for a wide variety of people. So this caused an immediate controversy, which, in my opinion, is completely unwarranted. And it's just unfortunate that competitive Smash players are feeding into this fake perceived drama. So what Sakurai is actually saying here, he's not saying that he thinks people who play competitively are maniacs or that they're crazy.
Right.
He's saying he doesn't want to have the game only be appreciated by the very small, passionate group of maniac players. That's not even a negative thing. That's maniac saying like, oh man, I'm a crazy Street Fighter fan. I love Street Fighter.
Right.
Like, I'm crazy about Street Fighter. I'm a maniac. Like, that's not a negative.
Right.
So, but what would be a negative, and even though this is what it seems like a lot of, and I'm probably generalizing too much here, but I hear a lot of Melee players say that they really want this game, or any game, to be this like super competitive, whatever. But you do lose stuff from that. And I obviously am a competitive gamer. I'm not, some weird person who's here to talk about the casual side. But I do appreciate and understand the benefit of the casual side. And you need both. And if anything, especially for a game like Smash, I don't really think you can argue that while the competitive side should not be diminished and should not be underappreciated, the casual side is probably more important for this series. Which is why Brawl was able to still do well despite it being lamented by a lot of smashers, quote unquote.
And it'll only help the hardcore community as long as the game isn't crippled by the changes. As long as it holds its competitive value.
Exactly, which it can totally do. So he's not saying here that he wants to. I mean, I think he's done a lot just by saying he's not putting tripping in the game. Right. It's not going to be like it was with Brawl, where he's doing that stupid stuff, which was admittedly, Sakurai really pissed a lot of people off, and it's understandable because he tried to make the game anti-competitive in Brawl in ways. Right. And, of course, people still played it competitively, and it didn't even matter. But I don't think he's saying he's going to do that. I don't think he's saying he has a problem with the competitive play. He's just saying he wants to... The game needs to be a median, or a medium on the graph. It needs to attract both players. Whereas like a game like Street Fighter, while I do think it is very approachable, it certainly is less concerned with a casual audience, whereas Smash is very much more in the middle and can survive on both ends of that spectrum, despite what a lot of what a lot of fighting game players would try to say. Smash does very well in a competitive environment. It's a really great game for competitive play, but it's also a really great game for casual play, and I think that huge sway of the ends of that spectrum is exactly what causes so much fighting over the Smash Bros. Series in general. And it's I play it this way, I play it this way.
Unnecessary,
totally.
They give you the option to play it however you want to play it.
That's the beauty of the game.
And there's no reason to pigeonhole yourself. Mm-hmm. I mean, even if you do pigeonhole yourself, there's no reason to look down on others who choose to play differently.
Definitely. And just real quick, just as an interesting thing, I know Serlin causes a lot of controversy. Some people like him, some people don't. But he does have a very good article. It's you can look up his Game Developers Conference 2009. It's a PDF. But I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but there's a very cool graph on here where he talks about how there can be... I'm waiting for the chat to explode with anti or positive Serlin mumbo-jumbo. But right here, so casual players versus hardcore players. And this is a very simple graph, but, a hardcore core, which is why it's called that, does help sustain a community, but you need a constant influx of casual players. And I think that this is a big reason why the Smash games, even though on like the quote-unquote esports level, until very recently have not been up to snuff. A lot of other games, and even fighting games, which are considered behind the curve with esports stuff compared to other competitive games, such as shooters or RTSs, even though even fighting games have had, great Evo streams and other just streaming in general.
Right.
Smash, only very recently, within probably the last year, maybe a year and a half, with, VG Bootcamp and Clash tournaments and all these guys that are doing such great work.
Great.
Yeah, they're awesome, and I really appreciate that. But we're behind the curve. Smashers are behind the curve.
Right.
But despite that, I think you'll find that a lot of the segmented like grassroots communities within the Smash community, like if you go to a town and say, "Does anyone play Smash?" Smash often has a way better like local scene than a traditional fighting game.
Yeah, I believe it.
And it's because of this casual appeal. And this is the balance that I think Smashers need to learn to accept. Whether you're a hardcore or casual Smasher, both elements are great, and they both help each other. And that's, I think, Smash's greatest strength, is that it has such a great wide appeal.
Right. And
So-
it makes scenes more accessible.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So anyway, that's the most, I think we're probably going to delve into the super stuff of casual hardcore. No, we did have one more, actually. We had the Edge Snap. Let's bring let's bring this video up. So this is from the Developers Direct video. So I'm going to pull this over here. Second. So first of all, to preface this, if you guys weren't into the competitive side of Melee or Brawl, and I'm going to try and keep this brief, which if you've been watching this podcast, you know that's a total load of bullshit because I'm incapable of doing that. But basically, in Melee, there was no edge snapping really to speak of. If you got close to the ledge of a stage, if you tried to grab it, you had to be very precise with where you were at. Or you wouldn't grab the ledge and you would just fall off. Whereas in Brawl, it was like this ridiculous opposite where you could be facing the wrong way, you could be upside down, you could be 20 feet away.
Right.
It would literally teleport your character, snap, like to the ledge.
Past hitboxes.
Past characters.
Yeah.
Which really diminished the ledge grab game, which was a huge problem with the competitive side of things because it meant you couldn't make comebacks, you couldn't gimp people, you couldn't grab the ledge from them.
Right.
They just grabbed it for free. So with that said, this is a very interesting little clip.
It gets, of course.
And you're going to see Mega Man's going to knock Mario off eventually. They might show some other stuff.
Or other mobile
And Mario's going to do a jump and an up B, or a cape, I think.
Yeah,
he does
first
a cape.
he falls by, doesn't snap.
And no snap. So not only does Mario fall
gets.
down, okay, he falls past the ledge, first of all, which he would have snapped right there in Brawl. He would have already...
right away.
Do they snap during... he maybe would have had to wiggle out
During
of hit
tumble,
stun or tumble.
I believe they do.
They still
snap
do?
during
I don't
tumble.
remember. But anyway, he could have. Then, when he jumps, he definitely would have snapped after the apex of this jump.
Right.
And he would have definitely snapped again when he caped. He would have snapped 3 times, and he could have been, like, 3 character links farther away than he was in this.
Right.
And in Brawl, he still would have snapped.
Like, we're not just like guessing. Like, definitely.
Yeah, no speculation. I played Brawl competitively for enough years to know what the edge snap range is. He would have snapped.
Like, even
And
in Melee, he, like, would have snapped.
Maybe in some of those. So that's very interesting. Maybe edge snapping is a lot more difficult again, or I don't know, maybe there's some slightly different mechanic. But that is really good information for competitive players.
Yes.
And honestly, I think it's good for casuals too, because I think it's difficult for a casual player that, and not that this isn't like diminishing their intelligence, but they just don't analyze the game. But it can be difficult for them to look at it and say, I just can't kill this guy. And to them, it's just like, people won't die. And they don't really consciously think about it. So
Right.
this would give them something to like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that actually makes me, probably more than anything else that I've seen, excited for this game on a competitive level.
I agree.
I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but I saw that and I was just like, what? So I wasn't that excited until I saw this.
It brings back the exciting, tense edge gameplay that Melee had in Brawl.
Which is what Melee makes what makes Melee one of the best, I think, spectator games to watch. High-level Melee is so fun because it's comebacks out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And James Shin was talking about it the other day on his stream, how his favorite aspect of the game is the edge play and watching these crazy like edge play, and that just wasn't there in Brawl.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So that's a really cool
the biggest
addition.
feature
I'm really
is
excited
definitely
to see that. This is just kind of
variable
going on
weapon
about some of Mega Man's movements and stuff.
Mega Man has a variety of
Which, is kind of whatever. We don't need to go too much in depth. So that's pure speculation from Jordan and my part, but I think it's pretty reliable speculation unless they make a significant change to that mechanic, because that totally would have ledge snapped multiple times.
Right.
Versus Brawl. So,
Right.
And then I think we're kind of winding towards the end of our layout for this, but we did just want to let everybody know. Well, they talk about, don't expect a lot of third-party characters. I think that's kind of a given. They've said Mega Man's probably the only third-party character. They're probably not going to have any Namco characters.
Yeah.
Snake and Sonic are probably not going to come back as much as I would really love to see both of them.
Right.
They're probably not going to come back.
There may be like one more third party. We don't know, but they said don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
Which it's good that they're saying that, because
At least people
everyone's expectations for the rosters are going to be huge.
Ridiculous.
So,
Yeah. So, but anyway, finally, we did want to let everybody know about this, and I will give Jordan the floor for this. But there is a GameCube controller to Wii U adapter, and Jordan's going to talk about it.
Yes, I actually saw this. I don't remember how I saw this. And I just bought it on a whim. Oh, I remember. I was buying a new controller off Amazon, and I see this thing. I'm like, huh. Well, I have a Wii U, and I might as well test it. I would love to play with a GameCube controller.
So wait, just
for
to
Smash
confirm,
4.
Hylian of Smashboard's administration fame and competitive ice climber brokenness, inventor of numerous chain grabs, and specialist extraordinaire. What you're telling me, Jordan, is that this has full compatibility for the Wii U,
Right.
and does not lag.
It functions as a classic controller. Like, you plug it into your Wiimote, and I was very, very skeptical because, like, Wavebirds even lag.
Yeah, Wavebirds do lag.
I've never really played with the Wiimote in Smash, but I guess they don't lag.
If they do, it's got to be really negligible.
Right. And people are saying the response times for this was like 3 milliseconds, 2 milliseconds, which isn't noticeable at all.
Yeah.
That's 300ths of a frame.
It could be noticeable in the end game, but I doubt it. I mean, the only thing
played-
is like beat accessing and Brawl.
I
or something like
tried
that.
Melee and Project M on this controller, and I'm
yes,
a pretty technical Fox player, and I could do everything absolutely perfectly.
Could you wave shine?
I could wave shine.
You could. Could you?
jump cancel shine? I could do everything.
I'm glad you just said those things, because I realized right after I said wave shine, I expended my total knowledge of ATs for Fox and
I
Melee.
could literally flatland infinite, and it was fine. I tried for an hour with it plugged in to the Wii, and I tried for an hour with it plugged in to the Wiimote, and I'm doing just no difference.
Well, because the plug-in is just power.
Right.
Right? There's no data signal, I don't think, over that plug. I'm pretty sure it's always wireless data.
Right.
That I do know. So, but yeah, anyway, this is only $18, and I'm not saying that everybody needs to get one and that everybody needs to use a GameCube controller, but it's really awesome to know that the option is there.
Yes.
I'm going to give the new Wii U controller or whatever a try, the Pro or whatever it's called.
It's a good controller too.
Yeah, I'm going to give it the old college try and probably stick with it. But in the event that things don't work out, hey, we all have 20 different GameCube controllers from over the years.
Exactly.
We played competitive Smash, so I still have a white controller that's in the box that I've never opened.
Nice.
That's how many of those things I've got stockpiled. So, yeah, it's good to know that it's there as an option. So,
yeah. I'm excited about it. I know Melee players especially.
Definitely. So with that said, do we want to? That's pretty much everything we had to talk about. Maybe we'll do a little. If anybody has Q&A, or maybe not necessarily Q&A, but just topics that they want to bring to our attention or things they want to talk
And
about.
I think Disable did find the link for whatever that quote was.
Awesome.
If we want to go back to that.
That up. We got chat here. So where is?
It's up.
I can't hardly see it from where I'm sitting.
Yeah,
Let me know when you see it.
Right there, yeah. He says, perhaps the best way to think of it's not the strength of the attacks that change their power, but the directionality of those attacks will change a customation.
What does that even mean?
And he was speculating that it's maybe like the moveset swap, like, how you could customize your controls or something? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, read into that what you will.
See how vague that is?
Now, let me
How
stop
can you
this.
possibly know?
Read into that what you will.
That could be
no
horrible.
Shit.
It could be the worst thing.
Or
It
it could just be whatever. I don't. It's just the word directionality.
Yeah.
I mean, that implies that you're going to be able to change your Luigi forward smash. He's going to be able to which you can already angle, but maybe now it'll go behind him or some stupid crap. What the? I don't know. That's
And I feel like even if that's a thing, that won't be hard to just expunge from competitive play. You just
that's true.
won't use custom
Just
characters.
don't use custom character controls. So that's true. I
It's
guess.
probably not going to be a big deal, but that's interesting.
So
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so Jordan, if you want to check the chat, do we have any questions in the chat or things on my
Questions.
Twitter here?
Let's go chat.
Questions or topics you guys want to talk about? Anything at all? Nothing really. Nobody cares. We're boring. Everyone hates us.
I mean, there's no real...
Right on. That's and that's kind of what I figured. I wasn't sure how many new people we'd have that would maybe people who don't play Smash or anything.
You touched on returning veterans. What are the chances of Game & Watch returns over clones, Falco? Similar clones.
I would be surprised if Game & Watch didn't return, and I would be surprised if Falco didn't return.
I would be amazed.
I would be amazed if either of those. I mean, Falco may technically be a clone, but he's grown, especially in Brawl. I mean, he was already pretty different in Melee, even though the moves looked similar. All their properties were different, but especially in Brawl, Falco and Fox are... I mean, you can tell they're similar, but it's kind of like saying, Ryu or Ken. It's not like...
Right.
Ken has so many different nuances, so I would be surprised if both of those characters didn't come back.
All right, and why is Link so bad always? Sakurai hates Link. He hates the Zelda series.
I mean, Link was the best in Melee, and he was still... not good. He was the best Link has ever been. Not like he was the best character, but
and he was still...
Link was the best he has ever been in Melee, and he still was not a good character.
It's because they want to make him slow. I don't know why. He's not slow in the games.
I think it's... I don't know. I just think they need to give him... I think it would be nice if they gave him better... dashes and ground mobility.
Right.
Maybe better short hops. He needs more horizontal movement.
Yes, he needs...
He always has decent vertical, but he has no horizontal movement at all. And I really love to see the hook shot utilized more. Maybe air hook shots pull Link in, and he has a better close-up game, but still a good range game or something. There's a lot of stuff they could do, which is really... I mean, Sakurai is such a good idea guy, but one of the great failings is there's so many easy things you could do to make the bad characters good. Yeah. And he just never does them.
And he
never does them.
Someone point out he falls fast too. He's easy to combo.
I like his fast fall though. His fast fall gives him maneuverability. I think they should keep that. He shouldn't be floaty.
It's because he's good vertically.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't feel like Link if he was floaty. You know what I mean? He should be a comboable heavy character that doesn't die easily but is comboed easily.
Yeah, Nair is good, but Nair is literally the only thing every Link player. They're gonna Nair.
Sometimes they throw bombs, dude. Anyway, anything else? But I hope Link is good. But what can you do besides hope?
All right, and do you think they altered the ledge snapping in order to weaken the ledge game, i.e., planking? Possibly.
I think. I don't think that is a given, and here's the reason. I don't know if people know this, but I've gone to tournaments as recently as 6 months ago, and people didn't Faye didn't know this 6 months ago when I told him. But in Brawl, so all the characters have broken plinking, right? Especially Meta Knight and Game & Watch and all that. But I don't know if anyone has played Ike and done Aether up B 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
But the 5th time you do Aether, he does not grab the ledge.
Right.
He cannot grab the ledge. So what's hilarious about that is that when they were playtesting the game, they were like, Aether could be broken. Let's make it so he can't just sit on the ledge 5 times, because you do up B and then he just goes and he just falls down. But somehow, whoever was playtesting this game didn't have the foresight to be like, what? Maybe everyone else can do that too.
Maybe.
How in the hell did they miss that? So, anyway, to answer your main question, I don't think that changing the ledge play as they did is necessarily indicative of them wanting to fix planking. I think they could have easily just done it how they did with Ike, I think, at least, and this is, again, speculation, but to me, that's more indicative of them wanting to have a more ledge... more ledge play. Yeah. They want, and in terms of ledge guarding, as opposed to planking. So...
Right.
I see that as a positive.
You want to be able to kill someone, not.
But you could be right. Alive. Yeah, exactly. They want to be able to kill people, not just perpetually stay alive. So I see that as a positive. It is totally speculation, and maybe I'll have an optimistic view. But to me, I would think anyway, that they would have gone the other way if they were going to just be doing it to discourage planking. They would have kept the ledge snap, but made you only able to ledge snap so many times.
someone said, I'm curious on the competitive play overall, but that's probably way too broad of a question. Yeah, I mean, we're all really curious.
We're all curious. We want to see more gameplay footage.
We need a Smasher to play it, and they can just tell us things, and even doesn't matter. We just need someone who is in touch with our community.
So let's be honest though. Let's really look at this though. Brawl, and you can have as negative of an outlook as you want if you hated Brawl. That's whatever. That's your prerogative. But Brawl did work competitively.
Yeah.
There are numerous tournaments. There are great matches. There was a lot of stupid crap in that game that was terrible. And by all rights, it should have been completely invalidated as a competitive game for anyone.
Right.
And that game actually had a really good competitive scene. And honestly, in some areas, still has a decent one. I mean, it's not great. Yeah. So if Brawl can do stuff, I think this game is going to have no problem having at the very worst, a competent competitive scene.
For sure it'll be.
At the worst.
There will be a competitive scene. What people are probably most worried about is, will it be fun? Will it have interesting aspects, and will they take out all the stupid crap that was in Brawl?
No tripping.
Right.
So, no ledge snapping, apparently.
Hopefully it goes in more that direction. They could make it really stupid. They could make, like, worst case scenario, all hits have retarded knockback. Hero combos, like they could do shit like that. Hopefully they don't do shit like that. But I think it'll be fine.
I mean, they've said they're going to make it more towards Melee, in the middle of Melee and Brawl. Rather, not more towards Melee, but in the middle of Melee and Brawl. So, I think that's good. I think it means, to me, that means more hit stun and more combos. But yeah, it's hard to say for sure until we see more footage.
All right. Actually, going from that, what do you think from all characters currently confirmed should be balanced in particular?
Wait, so what do I think from what?
From all characters currently confirmed should be balanced in particular. I'm not sure what exactly that's meaning.
Yeah, could you rephrase that? Like, do you mean like what looks like balanced or what looks unbalanced, or do you mean like characters? I'm not really sure what that question means.
I will say on like a broad subject of that, Namco is, like Sakurai mentioned that he balanced 100% of Brawl by himself. Every single character, everything he did 100% himself, which is absolutely crazy.
In the dark.
So this time he said he's going to have
all
Captain
of Falcon's terrible.
Namco help with the balancing.
And Namco, for those of you who aren't familiar, maybe they make Tekken. Tekken, a lot of people really like, a lot of people don't like, but regardless of your opinions on Tekken, Tekken is, a traditional fighter with traditional fighting game balance, and having Namco because I've always thought Sakurai is a genius game developer. He's just a terrible competitive guy. So for Sakurai to make this game and then just, have Namco sitting in a chair behind him just going, yeah, that's dumb, that should do less damage, and Sakurai just goes, oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds great.
It does. We at least have some more, and you can even tell from Bowser. Like, they wanted to show off. They're like, "Hey, we realized Bowser was like bad because of these traits, and we changed them." That to me shows they're putting a lot of thought into the actual character balance, and they'll probably look at moves a lot more than they did in Brawl. Specific moves like Tornado, for example, things like that, and hopefully,
I really hope we see Meta Knight again, and I really hope they don't completely neuter him.
Yeah.
I really like Meta Knight. I think if Tornado wasn't stupid and planking didn't exist and Meta Knight died earlier than he dies, I think everything else about him would be like almost fine.
Really
almost.
Fun, fast-paced.
That's very generalized, but he's a fast-paced character that he's kind of like Cammy or some, he should always feel like he's in control of the match.
Right. And
he's an aggressive character like that. It's just that if you hit him, he should die. And that, I think, is one of the huge problems with Meta Knight and Brawl, is that
his way to escape everything.
That doesn't happen. Yeah, not only does he get out, but he lives a really long time. Yeah. Which is absurd. He should die as quick as Jigglypuff. You know? I don't know why he didn't. Terrible balancing, but, what are you going to do?
Right.
So.
Oh, man. There's a lot of questions.
Lots more? All right, man. Let's talk. If people want to talk, we'll give them what they want.
Yeah, someone mentioned, or D-Disciple mentioned, Sakurai is also trying to improve in the online environments in the next Smash game. There's so much more.
That is why I dropped Brawl. That is why I play Street Fighter now. Because I can. In addition to, I love Street Fighter 4. Don't get me wrong. But the online play, having no online play just immediately cuts so many options.
Right,
Like,
even for casual players.
I'd still play Brawl if I could play it online. Are you
Right,
kidding me?
even-
I'd play that
even
all the
for
time, man.
Casual players who, like, I've heard of, like, casual players will talk to me about the game and say, oh yeah, we play online, but, like, a lot of times we'll just go online and just share the messages and not even play.
Well,
Like,
what else are you gonna
that
do? There's
bad.
like, what is it? A built-in like 6-frame lag. I can't even. I'm pretty sure that's
Right.
right. I can't even believe that that's right.
And then it, like, took the, like,
Unbelievable. How do you play that? How does anybody
and
do
then it,
anything?
like, took the, like, difference of the ping in both players and, like, applied the person.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
the
like,
ping doesn't even matter. I mean, if there wasn't the built-in delay, at least then if you both had good pings, you could play with like someone you knew.
right.
But you can't even do that
Right.
because
You
even
can
if
play next door
even if you're
and
like
it's
together
horrible.
on a LAN, it's like, oh well, this is multiplayer mode, so here's 6 frames of lag. Like, why?
And
So terrible.
like the Wii U is free online, so we don't have to worry about like that'll broaden. Everyone will play online. There's no reason not
There'll be a
to.
big community.
If
I
online is
hope-
good, there will be a big online community, and it
I
has the
hope so,
potential to be really good.
I'm gonna say that is gonna take a lot to sway me from pessimism, though.
Yeah.
Because even I don't know. I don't think Nintendo understands online play.
You know,
very well.
But Mario
And if
Kart,
Nintendo does,
Mario Kart
Sakurai
had
sure as hell
great
doesn't.
online play. Mario Kart for the Wii.
Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah, great online play. Like
Okay.
no lag. Everything was like
So
fine.
maybe just
Everyone loved
Sakurai
it.
then. Okay.
Maybe just Brawl even like. There's been other Wii games that have had good online. It
Okay.
really depends. And the Wii
And this is where my non-Nintendo fanboyism comes into play. So I'll have to take your word for all these games that exist for the Wii. That, as far as I'm concerned,
I mean,
that
don't
was
get
just
me wrong.
it was a brawl in a box. That's what the Wii was to
I'm very
me.
skeptical as well. There's a lot more potential though there.
Okay.
So hopefully and he's commented on it. He said he feels like the online was a failure. Sakurai said that.
Which is good. That's good to hear.
It's very good to hear. So they will focus on it more, and if they don't, they're stupid.
Yeah.
Like that's be real. That's a huge way to keep people playing your game and buying it is to have more accessibility and or to playing more people. You're able to play. Hey, you should buy this game, even though you live in another state. We can play together online.
I mean, the part of it too, and actually this is an interesting analog for Street Fighter, is that a big reason that Street Fighter 4's online play is as good as it is, despite some people complaining about the way the netcode works. Those people are silly. We won't get into it. Seth Killian, actually, one of the community managers for Street Fighter at the time, he's since left, but he was instrumental in talking to Japan and explaining to the Japanese developers who in Japan have great internet and everyone's connected, and so netcode doesn't really matter, and online play is not that big of a deal anyway because there's arcades everywhere and the local scene, the country's just a lot closer. He was like, no, if you want this game to succeed in the States, it needs to have good online play.
Right.
It's a bigger country, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And it could be a lot of the same situation with Nintendo,
Right.
where they maybe just didn't understand that from, because although they have big presence in America, all of their development is Japanese, for the most part, I think. So that could be it, and maybe they've realized that now with other games succeeding in America for online. So, next questions?
Okay.
Any more?
I guess the balance thing they were talking about, they were saying like, for example, you say Link sucks. What would Sakurai need to do to make it better?
Oh,
There's tons of.
we could literally talk about that for like days. So keeping it simple, Link needs to be more mobile, and he needs to be able to recover. That's in its simplest form.
He needs horizontal gameplay. He needs to be able to.
Link has basically always just been like the character you just throw off the ledge, and then he just goes, "Ah," and then he just falls and dies. Like, you don't even have to do anything. Like, you literally just throw him off, and Link's just like, I just can't recover. You don't even have to hit me again. I just can't make it back. Like, it's that bad.
And I don't know if we can talk about like the whole cast like that. That would take a while, and obviously that's very opinionated. There's a lot of different design philosophies and balance.
Yeah, there's a lot of philosophies. I do like talking about that stuff, but that's like a whole nother ball of wax that we could get into in like an entire episode on its own.
Oh man. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to go through them all, but yeah.
I'm just like skimming. Give me your weirdest out of left field character edition, like we.
Oh, I like that.
All
Okay,
right.
okay. Give me a second to think here.
Out of left field, I would really like to. It's not really out of left field, but I would love to see.
Oh, come on. That's not out of left field.
It's
It's
out of left field because there's no way.
Gino, everybody
Squaresoft-
always wants...
Squaresoft is
Yeah.
like the greediest. Like, you cannot use our characters in anything.
I have mine.
There's
I have mine. This is completely out of left field and impossible, but one of my favorite games of all time is an NES game
I know
by the name of Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. And I would freaking I would die and go to heaven if one of the Crash and the Boys characters was it. Dude, you could dash. He'd have the dash run. He'd have the hurdle spin kick. You could do fireball spike. You could do giant swing. Oh my god, that would be the best. They'd be really good on swimming levels. Because they could do the swimming stage where they punch people. It would be so awesome. That would be amazing. But that'll never happen. That franchise is dead and gone.
Yeah,
but I'm totally gonna stream a Crash and the Boys tournament one of these days. By the way, that game is so awesome. That was a fun question. Thank you.
Yeah,
that was a fun question.
I don't really have I don't know. I can't.
That's
think of
because you're
anything.
boring,
Yeah,
Jordan. God.
I guess. I don't play all these obscure games.
You just play obscure Nintendo games. No other.
Not
obscure
even
games. Okay, if you played Pikmin, you play weird Nintendo games.
I didn't play.
Ooh, wow, okay. I'm shocked. You're less of a Nintendo hipster than I thought.
No. I like my Zelda and I like my Smash.
That's fair. Oh, yeah, look at this guy's shirt. Look at this narcissist. Look at this. Look at this. What in the hell? If anyone but this man ever wore their own branded T-shirt, people would just be like, oh my god, this guy's so full of himself. But with Jordan, it's like, oh, I'm Hylian, I'm so cute. My shirt is me. You are a ridiculous individual. Anyway,
I'm pretty mean.
Couldn't let him get away with that. So we think, are we pretty good on the questions? We have more still, or how long? I don't know how long we want to go. We're a little bit over an hour now.
Oh wow.
So we probably want to keep this around an hour. I'm thinking we probably want to. Maybe we'll do one more question. Look for your favorite question. We'll do one more, and then we'll wrap up.
Okay, well, here's a good general question. Podcast question overall. Will you guys be doing a Smash-based podcast every Friday now, or was this a one-time thing aside from your Thursday podcast?
That is perfect.
It's an amazing question.
Yeah, that is a perfect question because we were going to talk about that on the way out anyway. So this is a pilot of sorts.
Yeah.
I hope you guys like our chemistry. I hope you think we look good on camera and maybe kiss well or something. But I did. If you guys don't remember my Smash. Street Fighter's Guide to Smash video. Jordan helped me out with that a lot. We wrote the outline together. Jordan did all the Melee technical stuff, and I did the video editing and the narrating. But we put a lot of time into that, and I think we work well together because I'm a huge overbearing, incessantly talking asshole, and Jordan is very likable and supportive. So that's the only person I can get along with. So that's cool.
Well, it's trouble working with people.
No, I actually do work well with certain people. And it's nice, I haven't seen Jordan in a while. So what we are planning to maybe do something like this in the future. I don't know if it's going to be every Friday because that's hard to do.
That is.
It would probably be bi-weekly or monthly, I would think, at the most. And then whether it will be about Smash every time or whether it will just be the Metal and Hylian show and we just talk about, things. We haven't really decided yet, but we would love to hear your feedback because that is, we kind of put this together to see where it goes.
Exactly. This is a pilot, in every sense of the word.
So tweet me. I am down there. I'm at MetalMusicMan. Tweet me what you think. I will sift through those. Jordan is at Hylian88, but he basically doesn't use it. So if you tweet him a lot, he'll have to use it. But mostly, this is the dominant, supportive. Well, just tweet Will. So you can just tweet me, and I'll tweet Hylian, and I'll be like, Jordan, you should use that. So, but let us know if you want to do more Smash, or if you think we should just talk about anything. I'm interested in getting Jordan into Street Fighter 4. Yeah. He's very behind the curve. This guy's really good at competitive fighting games. If you take Melee and Brawl into account, I see no reason why he shouldn't practice Street Fighter 4.
Well, it's been,
I've been harping on him. I need to get him trained up. So, so there's things that can happen.
Game reviews.
Review games can be fun because you play video games.
I do.
And I have opinions. so then you can be like, Will, I played this game, and I'll be like, that looks stupid. And you'll be like, no, it's really cool. And I'll be like, you're dumb. And it'll be great. So yeah, stuff like that. So anyway, without further ado, without further rambling, I think we're ready to wrap. Unless you see something. Can't keep going on. I think we don't want to go over an hour. We got to save some stuff.
I would appreciate getting competitive with Smash. Your views, experiences, best moments, worst moments. We could do it.
That's a really good topic. Email yourself that. These topics are great. These topics are great. Are you gonna remember those? I'm gonna after this. Jordan puts footnotes together, and then I look at it and I'm like, that's dumb. Put that over here, and it works really well. It works really well. So, great suggestions. Tweet me more suggestions. I'll forward them on to Jordan. We'll make some outlines, and we'll think about what we're going to do in the future. So, I'm MetalMusicMan, and
I'm Hylian.
thanks for watching, guys. We're going to
Thanks,
see you
guys.
later. I'll play you out with some Untiss. Bye, everybody!